kind of a quick on the 2023.5 up CVOs, and I'm assuming, and I haven't tried it yet, so take this with a caveat. If you paid for the navigation on your standard Roadglide, Streetglide, this should work for you as well. But if you've got one of the CVOs with the nav, or if you've got a Streetglide, Roadglide 2024 model that has the Skyline OS on it, this will apply to you. There's a few caveats before you do this. One of them is those head units draw a lot of juice. It will kill your battery fairly quickly. Those bikes charge now through the BCM. They don't charge when it's in accessory mode. It will not charge. So your best bet is to take your charger, clamp it onto your hot lead on your battery, or not on your battery, but on your starter. Go to the hot lead on the starter. That will give you your tender direct power to the battery by doing that. And what I'm talking about is, and I don't have it on here at the moment, but right here on your starter is your hot lug. That's direct to the battery. Pull that little rubber cap back, put your clamp on it, and then get yourself a good ground. And you should be all set. Now, with that said, what I have done is I have added a separate charging cable for my tender that's directly connected to my battery with like a 4 amp fuse just in case. So it's going to have juice coming from my tender all the time to the battery. So make sure you do that before you start it. So start the process, I should say. So let's go through and I'll get things repositioned here, and we'll do a real quick walkthrough on how to get to those maps and update them. Also, caveat, if you've got home Wi-Fi, I suggest you use your home Wi-Fi. If you do it as a hotspot on your phone, it's probably not going to download as quickly and as easily. I've got my bike set so that when I've got it in the garage here, it's actually connected to my home Wi-Fi, so it's got a Wi-Fi 6 connection. It downloads fine. Maps are always being updated. I shouldn't say always. They come out every couple of months, right? So if you've got the subscription, you should be able to get, or if you've got a CVO, you should be able to get the map updates anytime you want. And do these, check them every so often. Stuff's being added, stuff's being, roads change all the time. Speed limits change, all that stuff's on your GPS setup. Also, things like North Carolina having the Asheville area having that really bad flood problem. There's roads that have been washed out. They're probably marked off now on the updates. But we'll walk through that really quick on how to do it. It's not hard. Alright, so for start out with putting it into accessory mode and get it started up. As I talked about before, make sure you've got a fully charged battery, or my preference would be that you have it on a charger not connected to the BCM, direct to the battery or to the hot lug on the starter. So once this comes up, we're going to go into the navigation settings and we'll pull it from there. We'll go into maps. Alright, now that we're in our maps, we're going to go to our vertical bars on that side. We're down over here, we're going to go to settings. And you're going to go to full settings. And then you're going to go to manage, update, add, remove. Okay. Now, I have pulled out like Canada and Mexico. I don't plan to go to Mexico, so I actually deleted those previously. But we're going to North America, United States. And now you're seeing here is you're seeing all of the maps that are available for update. You can scroll through this list. So, for example, I'm going to go down here to Florida. Florida's actually split, and you'll see some of these are split into multiple maps. So if you see something like that, Florida, but it's got an arrow next to it, hit your arrow to expand. Now we can take North Florida, and over on the other side here you see your download button. You're going to hit that download button. If I can get to it. And now it's going to start downloading. We're not going to sit here and watch it download, but it'll download. And then we're going to come back when it's close to finishing, because then it'll download it and then it'll install it. And you can do this for each and every single one of these maps. Unfortunately, you've got to do it individually. You can't do it all at one shot and say, all right, I want to do all the updates. Okay. Again, remember, this takes some time, and these head units draw a lot of juice. It will kill your battery pretty quick after you do a couple of maps if you don't have it set up correctly on the charger. Alright, go straight to the battery, go to your hot lug on your starter to a good ground, connect yourself that way. And that'll get you enough juice for it. Alright, so we'll be back in a second. Okay, now we're installing. And again, this will take a little bit of short time to install. And done. And then we want to do South Florida, we can download that one. And so on and so forth. So the process is the same regardless. I'm done. You want to go back to your list, just hit your back button, and you can select any of the other ones you want to update. Alright, so that's all it takes to do the updates. And these come out on a regular basis, so if you're going to be going on a trip, you want to make sure you've got everything that you want to have, because streets are always being updated. Make sure you go through and update them. Streets are being added, things change. You know, North Carolina had that bad storm. There's stuff that, you know, there's roads that aren't going to be there for a while. The maps probably for North Carolina have changed. So there you are. We'll be right back. So there you have it. Installing the maps isn't difficult. It takes a little bit of time. And again, make sure you have your battery so that it stays fully loaded the entire time. With that, ride fast, take chances. See ya!